You're watching Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
I'm not eating that food. No.
What's up?
We are live with Robbie, myself, our technical guy here on the left, Rex. No, I'm just kidding.
You're kidding me? That would be Jay.
That's
Okay.
Jay.
If I were the technical guy, this would be a blank screen right now.
And even though I'm not sure they deserve it, but we have Ken back for them.
We do. Ken is back. Our buddy
Ken
Ken.
is back.
And tonight he's bringing original art from Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles. Ron has already actually purchased a couple, which I think Ken brought with him. So we'll show it to you, Ron, on the air. It's I think Darkwing Duck number 5 and Gargoyles number 5.
This is the ones you want to color, right?
Yeah. Pretty sure. So collecting dude, what's up? Marcus, John Spilios, Ron, Thomas Bishop, CJ Design. What's going on, guys? Preston, what's up? So we got that. We have a last batch of the raw 9.2s. And again, those are going back literally within the next probably 48 hours. Easy Go Lucky, what's up, man? All right, I got to turn my show on. Why is it not on here? So we got.
Well, I am the man in the middle today, which is weird.
And Ken has been nice enough to agree to sketch one of the covers or a couple of covers for us. So I got him a whole bunch of blanks. 2 different. I guess we should tell them what they are. What are they, my friend?
Let's see, we got Batman, Superman.
All right, Batman, Superman. Actually, you know what? You can hold on to the Ken cam.
Oh, yeah, you got your
You
own
got the
Ken.
Ken cam.
No one's giving me my own Ken, that's for sure.
Batman
Nice.
Turtles.
We want to increase
Look
viewership.
how straight they shrunk us down. Like what?
Spider-Verse.
Ooh, you look good. That's small, John.
I do.
That's correct. We got you, Ron. So he's colored them in, my friend. All right. So these are the blank variants that we have available. Okay. So I wanted to pick a couple DCs, a couple of Marvels to kind of open it up. All right. So for the first one, you know what? I'm curious if there is a viewer. Oh, I should have pulled a Star Wars one. So what happened to Punisher versus Dracula? Did we ask you to do a Punisher versus Dracula? I thought we did.
I thought we did too. I guess I forgot about that one.
All right, John. So I know you can appreciate this.
To answer Marcus's question,
Yes.
the character doesn't have to match the title,
No.
but
But
Marvel has to be on Marvel, DC has to be on DC.
I thought that's what you said before, Tom.
Nick, I forget who asked me. Somebody was looking for an R2D2.
That's on the Star Wars.
Well, right.
Well, that's
but
John
I didn't-
Diaz. He's still waiting.
Right. I didn't pull that though.
You suck.
Thank you.
From the publisher's office.
Thank you.
You
Hey,
suck.
Excuse me. You may be the boss.
That was the
Okay,
unprofessional answer.
but
just to be
you're
clear.
gonna have to get in line behind the 2XY because they have been far more abusive.
I thought you were
So that
only
wasn't-
divorced-
that
I thought
was-
you were
that-
only divorced
It's
once.
like yes. So you get married again, you get divorced again. That makes 2.
right,
see?
but I only thought you
So
were
I used to
married
hang
once.
out with a buddy, and he's been divorced 3 times. See, when you're short, you hang out with somebody shorter, it makes you look like
Oh my-
short.
Did you
Back there.
not tell your friend the third time was supposed to be the charm?
Okay,
no.
first of all, I can't afford a third time.
I'm
No,
not saying
it's-
you. I'm talking about him.
But who?
Your friend who got divorced 3 times.
I was just trying to talk him off from 4. I was at wedding number 3.
Third time was supposed to be the charm.
Yeah, well, that charm expired somehow, like bad milk.
It was not a lucky charm.
Oh,
that's
it
for
was.
sure.
It did not end well. Let's put it that way.
I would say tomorrow, ask the guys in the back for a Star Wars.
Yeah, I will. John Diaz. I will pull it myself. I will send it to Ken, and Ken will put it behind the 1,500
And
other
if
requests
not,
that he
if
has.
not, he'll fall on his sword or whatever lightsaber. He'll fall on his lightsaber.
I don't carry a sword. You can cut yourself. What are you kidding me? You know what the copay is? Jeez,
Yeah.
can't do that.
We're going to find out about the Dynamite Health Plan at this point.
All right, so John Diaz, Star Wars. That would have been perfect. Oh, duh.
It's a good thing this wasn't live on the air. People seeing, oops.
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 All right, so I guess if there is something that you want that you want to go with, let us know. All right. If there's a character that you would like to see, but as Nick said, it has to be a Marvel character on a Marvel blank and a DC character on a DC blank. All right. So this is your chance. All right. Whenever we show Ken stuff, you guys are always asking, oh, well, can you do this? Can you do that? This is your shot. Okay. You don't have to depend on my memory to get it done because Ken's right here. And I'm pretty sure my short-term memory is still pretty good. All right. So
I did do that Dr. Fate versus Dr. Strange.
we did
Right,
get that one.
Okay, good.
So
That
John has to update his status like a teenager.
No, I got a big day tomorrow. We got to wrap this up.
All right. Triple B says X-23. Can you be more specific?
I think he's playing Battleship.
There is no. It is.
Miss.
John Spilios, Punisher versus Dracula.
Ron wants to see the Metal Man.
Ooh,
Wow, that's a real
that's a
callback.
good one.
That's a good one, man.
Yeah, Metal Man's fun.
Can I get small headshots of John, Rick, Rex, Nick, Robbie, AR, and Amy on one?
I don't know, man. My head is
You're
enormous.
really challenging Ken. Okay,
I
I'm
got
sorry.
an enormous
I
knowledge,
mean,
man.
Might have to use the
the man has a gift, but you're asking for like the power of God. Okay, nobody can make that look
Mount
good.
Rushless.
And I wonder if those would be on a DC or a Marvel cover, right? Because we're not licensed characters for either of those. So,
Well, you aren't you a licensed Dynamite character now in that Kickstarter thing?
Robbie,
no, I never signed a contract, but
Oh, okay.
Robbie, the blanks I sent you. Yeah, why is anybody giving him any crap? How those coming along, man?
bruh, it's even rougher, man, because at this con that I was at this weekend, a guy asked me to do a gunslinger spawn for him, and I said, sure. Why did I agree to that? This is Ken. I don't know how you do it. I can't.
Well, he hasn't even started our classes yet. So
Have you started it?
No. No, he wants the new gunslinger too. They just changed the costume. So I gotta, I mean, if it's
Did you
Spawn,
collect money?
I draw Spawn just for the fun of it, and napkins all over the place.
Right.
But Gunslinger Spawn's different. He's got a hat. I can't do hats. Hats are weird.
All right, best offer. Okay, starting at $1. Robbie's hand-drawn napkins.
Get my Spawn napkin.
All right,
Nice.
so listen, I want you to pay extra attention when Ken's working tonight, okay? Maybe you get a couple pointers.
Yeah, I
And
need
we can reduce that wait time from a year to maybe 8 months.
Yeah. You teach me how to draw hats and hair, and then I'll be golden. So yeah.
Hats and hair. Seems like you got
Hats,
a ways
hair,
to go there, Robbie.
eyes, noses, faces. That'd be cool.
See, I'm not worried if he breaks the licensing rule and he puts a DC or an Image character on a Marvel title. Because I'm betting we won't be able to tell who the character is, so lawyers will have nothing. Ah.
This is clearly Green Lantern. You're kidding me, right? He's only got 4 fingers. Get out of here.
What do you mean? He has 2 fingers together. That's what that was.
He didn't pay enough.
Oh, spam, Marcus.
Not
Good
the
one.
Spam.
All right. So, hey, whoa. Time out. What? Robbie, why are you wearing a hat? Did you break up?
Oh no, not this.
Oh,
I don't
man.
discuss my personal life on this show, but no, I'm wearing a hat because it's been a busy weekend. And I woke up this morning and didn't have time to get to the stylist, Rex. So
I'm not discussing my personal life on this show.
I don't know.
And rightfully so.
I don't know what stylist is. I go to a barber, but whatever, Robbie. Whatever floats your boat, bud.
okay.
All right. So, let's see.
You want to
So,
pitch
in all
these people
seriousness, who holds Dracula?
something? Oh, Kenneth, hi, Ken Hazer. The rest of you, middle finger emoji.
Dracula's surely public domain, right? Right? 1897 book. It's got to be a public domain thing. But
I
Marvel
was going to
uses
say I'd be
Dracula more.
shocked if it's not.
So, well, let's look.
Well, it's
Okay.
a Dynamite character because Vampirella Dynamite Rage comes out. This month.
Oh, but do we have a Dynamite blank? Or does Nick care?
Marvel put out Dracula.
Yeah, I think
That's
everybody's
true.
done Dracula
That's
at some
true.
point. So
So, okay. All right. So, let's do Punisher versus Dracula first then. How's that sound? All right, then.
Now, I think there's like likenesses stuff, right? Like Marvel can use the Frankenstein monster, and so can DC, but they can't draw him to look like Boris Karloff because that image is copyrighted by Universal.
yeah, I
right?
read that somewhere before. That's exactly what it is. They can use the Frankenstein monster, but they
So,
can't use.
John Spilios is saying Gene Colan's Dracula.
That's what I was thinking.
That's too much
Fair
Dracula.
enough. We got you, John. And obviously, if anything bad happens, I will refer everybody to my properties attorney, Robbie.
My property's attorney.
Licensed properties attorney. They can all go, and I'm making a public statement here on it.
You guys ever watch Die Hard?
Yes, of course.
Come out to the close.
It's a Christmas movie, of course,
It's
Nick.
Christmas.
So of course we watch it
Laughs.
You know the
in December, not July. But go ahead.
You know the scene where he machine guns Al, and Al says, "Send help now." Gosh darn it! Now, I just got an email from John Spilios. Punisher versus Dracula. Now, gosh darn it! Now. He did not say now. Gosh darn it! Now.
I hope nobody falls out of a building tonight.
He said, please.
Relax, John. Don't throw anybody out of the building. I heard you're a pretty big guy from Bueller, so please. Okay.
Start housing people out of here.
So, all right. So that's what we're doing.
Look at Preston. Can you draw
Preston.
Frankenstein to look like Peter Boyle from Young Frankenstein?
I think we have to ask Mel Brooks about that one, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say Mel's like 104. He might still have the rights to that stuff.
All right. And then, you know what? Let's start off. Actually, before you get started, Ken, let's start off with, you know what? Show the pieces that you colored.
Okay. Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll start off with that. And then I'd like to get one of Ken's original art pieces on the air before he starts, because he gets pretty focused and it's amazing to watch. So, all right. So, Ron, are you watching, buddy?
Wow.
All right. So,
Man.
Darkwing Duck number 5. Man, that was
Get dangerous indeed. Holy cow.
That one.
all right. And
Another
then
one.
Gargoyles number 5. Wow.
This one comes out next week or something like that, right?
This
Yeah.
It is next week, I think.
This week, yeah. That's
All
awesome.
right. So, Ron, there you go, buddy. Okay. You're going to love it when you get it. Okay. All right. So there we go. And then let's do, you want to pull Darkwing Duck number 4. All right. So this is Darkwing Duck number 4, original art by Ken Hazer. You know, obviously this is, proceeds are going to Ken. So you're helping Ken out. This is Darkwing Duck number 4, original cover art by, of course, Mr. Ken Hazer. We have the one for $750.
I got a question for Ken.
Yeah.
If Mr. Hazer doesn't mind, I am a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of Mazzucchelli, and I was just curious as to why you decided to go with Mazzucchelli homages for Darkwing Duck. I think it's obvious, but I'm just curious what you think.
Ken, are you up for coloring the rest of them if anybody wants them colored?
If they want
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I was going to ask that question, but it's better that Nick asks the question, I think. All right. So just like Ron's 2 pieces, if you would like it colored, Ken is willing to color them. And as soon as he's done, we'll send it to you. If you want it in the original black and white, we can do that too. So choice is yours. All right. So let us know.
But
So
for the Batman Year One, is just because I love those covers and I love his artwork. And if you go through like Darkwing Duck homage covers, which they wanted homage covers, there's a lot of Batman ones, but no one has done those yet.
Nice. Good choice, because Mazzucchelli's just a master, and I think that's cool.
So good,
You should
yeah.
do some
I love
Daredevil Born Again ones for the next round or something. That'd be
Thank
good.
all right. So there you go. That is available. And hey, Jay, all that info came across, right?
Are you talking about the sale prices for the Darkwings?
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool. I know there were a lot of last minute changes. I made Jay pull his hair out right before the show, I'm sure. So all right, so here we go. Let me see here. All right, so next up, all right, so we're gonna have other original art pieces of both Darkwing Duck and Gargoyles tonight from Ken Hazer. Remember, proceeds are going to help out Ken, so he can keep doing the phenomenal work he does. All right, and then we have, as I said, some of the consignment 9.2s, the 9.2 keys, and these are it, man. They're going back to the person that we consigned from, and so this may be the last chance you ever see it. And Creative Keep, what's up, man? All right, and then, and I'm sorry, man, I should have pulled a Star Wars. I totally forgot about that. But we're gonna pull one, and I'm gonna send it to Ken myself. All right. And then some great sign books as well. And obviously, we have some Ken Hazer sketch covers as well, beyond what he's going to be doing there. What about scar cover art?
I didn't get to do any scar covers.
I don't know what to. Yeah, I don't know yet, Ron.
Hopefully I do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though.
You know what?
Well, let's get the publisher back in here.
Well, he's probably watching, so eventually he'll burst in, like he's making a drug bust and go, oh, yeah, Ken's gonna be, whatever. So I don't know that one. That was above my pay grade.
Ken's cover for the Maleficent book is phenomenal. You did a great job on that one. That one is amazing.
Here it comes from Robbie. So Ken, how did you do that? No, I mean stroke for stroke. How did you do that?
And I was waiting for Ron. How do you draw?
And then we'll see his head down taking notes.
We only got 2 hours.
Draw so it looks like character. Don't suck.
Yeah, but you can just give me some of that typical tutorial stuff where they're like, draw a circle, draw a space for the eyes, and just draw a Batman. That's what you do.
I can't explain.
Let's see a circle, Robbie.
Oh, you should do a spoof book based on Draw the Marvel Way, Draw the Ken Hazer Way. But the whole thing is like a spoof book.
Yeah. Start with a pencil.
Here you start with a pencil.
Is that one available? Ron wants to know.
Yeah, I didn't bring it in though.
Okay, so now I'll write that down. So Ron is looking for the Maleficent.
See, that went in surreptitiously, the scar thing. I'm going to try that too. So can I get a copy of your Evil Ernie Reanimator cover? Not only am I trying to get him on the book, I'm trying to get the book published.
I'll have pages for it. That'd be nice.
So Jay, hopefully they would be available on the Experience or one of Robbie's shows when they're done. So probably, Jay, about the time that you have grandchildren, I don't know, something like that.
It's been a very busy April. We had MegaCon. We just had the Huntsville Expo. We got Free Comic Book Day coming up, but I'll get those.
That you have to take care
If
of.
you go to the shop, award-winning rockinrobbie.com, all that stuff is there in the store.
You know what we should do? We should put it on the PCP shop live.
Yeah, we should.
There you go.
We'll build a whole big marketing promotion around it.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm excited.
There you go.
I did the one book with the Kickstarter, and I had like Robbie on the cover, and I'm like, now I'm wondering, does this make more work for him? I want to be supportive, but I also don't want to make more work for him. So I'm kind of going back and forth, and finally I'm like, I'll just get it.
All right, Creative Keep. What are the rules? What rules are you speaking of? So the only rules is that based on licensing issues, Marvel characters have to be on Marvel covers, and DC characters have to be on DC covers. But they don't have, the character does not have to match the title. Does that make any sense? Those are the only rules. If you're meaning other rules, Creative Keep, let me know. Yeah, Edward, I agree.
Yeah, but
And
then
Robbie,
that would give away the whole ghost artist thing, right? If we're doing it live and you notice that it's not actually me drawing it, but Ken Hazer drawing it, that would be really weird, right? Because Ken's going to do mine for me. So he's going to draw it after Ken.
Like right after Ken. Immediately right after Ken.
Yeah, Ken agreed to
Robbie guy. He draws an awful lot like Ken Hazer, man.
Well, see, Ken said that he would do it with his left hand to pretend that it was me. So
it'd be the other way around. It would be Robbie real small, and then after Ken real big, like on the corner.
Oh my God! All right, so let's throw. Oh, you know what? Let's do it anyway. We always do it. The Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles.
There might be a Ken Hazer cover in there.
I'm sorry. I get it. Creative Keep. Sorry, I answered the wrong question. All right. So yes, correct. You can request whatever you want if that's what you want and you want to buy it. Okay. Right now, there is only one request from John Spilios, a book he requested, and we said we would deal with a long time ago, and we forgot. Rex with the score.
We're on the Coppertone ad. Oh,
Marcus, if you've been drinking, what have you been drinking? Is it a brand you would recommend?
This request brought to you by Curaleaf. Yeah.
Curaleaf.
Just saying,
All right. Okay, so Lyle has Wolverine versus Wendigo.
Oh, see, that's cool. Something like that.
All right, so is that what you want, Lyle? So sometimes we throw suggestions up, but if that's something that you want to see Ken do, and you'll claim it. So because I know the show's only a couple hours. So he's fast, but how many can you do in
2 hours? 17.
Well, damn it, then why is this back up? Did Ken? So I'm gonna say we have 3 available, and if we get to the end and Ken feels bold, maybe, but I'm saying 3. Is that reasonable?
Yeah, I think that's
all right.
I can always take him home.
Yeah, so he can always take them home if he can't get them done. All right, so if you make a suggestion and you really want that,
so we're
let us know. Okay, and actually, Nick, we're gonna need a price, buddy. I just kind of handed him. Okay, Dr. Evil. All right, so there you go. I'm trying to find out, Triple B. So hopefully Nick's watching and reading. He's gonna bust in here like a Y50 in a second.
Freeze!
Book him, Dana.
I know.
All right. So Dynamite 10-pack reader set, suggested retail of $40 or higher, and we have it for $5 for the 10, 50 cents a copy.
Yeah, sorry. Literally, one of Ken's covers is in that collection.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Between Ninjutsu and Vampire Mind War.
Hey John, no worries, buddy. It'll go how it goes. And again, if we promise something and Ken has to take it home, that's okay too.
Yeah.
Okay. But the man is super fast. I'm always amazed. All right. So that is as always available. And then CJ. Thank you, CJ. All right. So next up we have Uncanny X-Men number 12, A versus X. Signed in silver by Greg Land. It's number 2 of 10. So low numbers, number 2 of 10. Okay, Ron, you got it, buddy.
We were just talking about this right before we went on the air. When we were taking down the rack about how cool this cover is.
Right, I love this cover.
I love this
thing. It is suggested retail of $69.99, and it is a best offer book starting at $30. All right, so Robbie, what'd you do this weekend, man?
Well, I spent the weekend at the Huntsville Comic and Pop Culture Expo.
Ooh.
It's our local show.
That's right. I got you, Ron. I got you down for 2 readers packs, buddy.
Nice.
Wait, Ron, are you starting to read comics?
No, he probably wants to give him away as gifts or something.
Okay.
But,
if you followed award-winning Robbie on social media, you would need to ask what he did this weekend. I follow along all the time and see where he is.
Yeah, you got to see all of it. It was a real fun show. It was I got to, they always have me do some panels. So I got to do the panels for the Power Rangers that were there. David Yost, the original Blue Ranger, and Amy Jo Johnson, the original Pink Ranger, one of my very first crushes. So that was kind of nerve-wracking.
That was cool when I saw that picture with you.
Right?
All right, Ron, gotcha. I gotcha.
I got to do a panel with Dave Sheridan and Felissa Rose. Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp. So that's awesome.
Did you do Maleficent or is it for sale?
It's for sale.
Looks like it's sold.
Okay.
Hey Nick, so we're taking requests of something somebody wants to see and is going to claim.
I'm not taking my shirt off.
Not again.
Trust me.
Sorry,
we would start. Everybody, pull your money together. Okay, let's pay Nick not to do
this.
That.
Already happened actually once. We did a best offer on the Superman.
Hey guys, Super Chat is fine. We're whipping out money to make sure Nick's shirt stays on.
Feel free to hit Super Chat, guys.
How much you got?
We won't turn it down. We got to pay Jay this week.
How much you got? Can we give you plastic? Can we give plastic to man?
I'll take plastic.
We need a price though.
For what?
Oh yeah, for somebody wants to buy, when someone wants to buy one of Ken's covers.
We're taking requests, and if they want to claim it, not like joking requests, but we're doing John Spilios's Dracula versus
commission cover art.
Right.
Yeah.
So we've allotted up to 3 that Ken can read.
3 connecting or 3 period?
No, 3 period. Okay.
Well, John, we're going to count John's as 1 or 2.
Well, I don't know. I'm not the artist.
It's 1 so far.
It's Dracula versus. You're going to put both characters on one cover?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Okay,
but we need a price.
Yeah, we need to know what.
Well, we got to make a little money on this too, and so does Ken.
Yeah, but we need a standard price. So
let's just do it. If it's 1 character on the cover, let's do it for $70. If it's 2, $90.
All right, so 70 and 90.
Yeah.
Legion of Superheroes, break out your credit card.
So anyway, we did the one Friday show where I said if the Superman cover by John Romita Jr. went for less than 4,500. I was taking my shirt off because I was losing my shirt. And John Diaz went to 4,400. And I can't remember who, but somebody super chatted $100, so I didn't take my shirt off.
Here come to save the day.
Does a
Nick's
squirrel count as a second character?
So this is Nick's new sales tactic. Buy it or I'll take my shirt off.
Well, because Anthony of Anthony's Comics actually during Dueling Dealers has his shirt off with pasties on his nipples.
That's a very different kind of experience.
Trust me.
Family show here.
Go to commercial.
Oh, actually, we have to.
Yes.
It's funny.
6:30.
We absolutely do.
Good timing. Jay,
Jay,
stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes, and I promise Nick will still have his shirt on. Please. Please, for the love of God, think of
Do you remember what it was like when you were a little kid and you got a letter in the mail? Now imagine that letter was filled with information about your favorite shows, pop culture questions, links to things you're going to want to see later, and even sneak peeks at upcoming programming here on The Experience. That's what the EXP mailing list is. Every week, we send you sneak peeks, information, and all of the relevant links for all of the shows you want to see. Sign up now on our website or scan the QR code that's on your screen right now. Did you know that every Experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out, twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code.
You just finished the last episode of your favorite new show, and you just have to talk about it. But all your friends are ghosting you because of that incident last week at the buffet. Oh, you know the one. What you did to that chowder. Ugh. Keeps me up at night. So what do? Join writer Dan Wickline as he breaks down all your favorite pop culture media. Whether it's a review of the latest nerdy TV show or a dive back into the history of your favorite comic characters, Dan's ready to discuss all the hottest topics live. Join the conversation as Dan live streams Tuesday through Thursday at 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. The Dan Wickline Show on The Experience. Comic culture and sales.
Hey, we're back in Ken Hazer is in the house. And as you can see on the Ken Cam, he's beginning to sketch out, pencil out the sketch cover for Punisher versus Dracula for our buddy John Spilios. And I have prices. So here's where we're going. If you have one character, if you request one character to be done by Ken tonight, it is $70. If you request two characters, it's going to be $90. So I'm going to put John Spilios on here. John Spilios, Punisher, Dracula. Okay. So here's what we're going to do.
Hold on. So you see what Creative Keep said? Here's a question about you want to do your thing first?
Certainly. No. That's perfect. A Creative Keep, you certainly can, my friend. With the Peter Parker and Miles Morales Spideys. Okay, so let's just be clear. You want the Peter Parker, Miles Morales, obviously in their Spider-Man costume. I obviously that would be the reasonable, the likely request. But I want to make sure that you don't want Miles Morales and Peter Parker. All right. So, but yes, so that's the second one. So that leaves one more available if that we can do tonight. And John, that's no problem, right, my friend?
Let's see why not.
Right?
What?
You approve of that, don't you?
Always.
Okay, there we go. Ken, the actual artist himself, can you do it, bud?
Yeah, I was gonna say you might want.
Yeah, if you say I can.
Oh, I want you to feel involved.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
Triple
like
B.
some weird version of Oliver Twist. Just keep
You
drawing.
sure can. Let me ask. John. John, is Triple B's request okay?
No.
What? Triple B, I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm Marcus. Absolutely
That's
not.
awful. That's awful.
I will draw Cornelius the squirrel for you
My
myself.
request is ignored.
Okay. I will do that myself. I will grab out a blank. Okay. You should expect it in anywhere
Oh, you
from
don't know. We could do like a photo
from
cosplay cover.
24 to 48 months. Okay.
Oh,
As soon as I learn how to draw.
I have no. You don't even need to draw. We can.
Ken's thinking try 72
We
months.
can do a photo cosplay cover with you in the squirrel costume and the squirrel wearing a little baseball hat and glasses. You see,
Really?
you're cosplaying as a squirrel. Squirrel's cosplaying
I
as
see what
you.
you're saying. So you're willing to write me a big check with a lot of zeros then?
Sure, I know where you can keep this.
Ron is saying that Aaron Rodgers has been traded to the Jets.
Nobody saw that coming. Come on, dude. Jets are one of two teams where rookie quarterbacks are ruined and veteran quarterbacks go to end their careers.
I was about to say, especially if they play for the Packers, right? It seems to be like a recurring thing.
Yes,
nowadays.
of course. So I did not read that, but I am not at all surprised by that. Not even a little bit. Marcus, that hurts me, bro. That hurts me.
Your prices are too high.
I haven't given you my prices yet.
Still too high.
I tell you, bobblehead Rudolph is sleeping with the fishes, my friend. Trust me. CJ heard that's not going to happen about Derrick Henry, but my friend. All right. So Triple B. Creative Keeper, I got you down, buddy. All right. I'm gonna send one to Ken tomorrow morning. Luckily, Ken doesn't live too far from us, so he's a one-day ship. Ken will get it, and we'll get it done for you, my friend. I apologize. That's my bad. Let's see. All right. So Triple B, what I'm going to do is, and I hate to do this, but John disapproves, so I'm just going to brush him aside and ask Ken. So Ken, can we do a unmasked X-23? Ken? No? Yeah?
Yes.
What do you mean by unmasked? Where basically she's like in the process of taking the mask off?
Triple B, that's a very valid question. Could you further guide us on what you're looking for, buddy?
I think he means X-23 without wearing a mask is what I think he means. More like her original kind of get up, right? Is what I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's just, he's paying for this, so I just kind of wanted to, be clear, because when someone says unmasked, I almost think it's unmasking.
Yeah.
You know how the sort of the side.
All right, so Triple B, you have claimed the third one, but you need to clarify for us.
What if it's unmasking as if she's pulling the flesh off of her face and it's just like skull and blood and stuff, right?
No!
That's even better.
I bet Ken would love that.
I want to see her pretty face.
Save that for the reanimator.
All right, so Triple B, I'm putting you down, buddy. If there's anything you can think of that would help guide us.
Yeah, I think
we
he
need to know.
just. I was probably reading too much into it. I think he just wants to see her without the mask. I think Robbie's right.
Okay, so I forgot to write down the other one. Who else?
Oh no, here it is.
What?
X-23 held down by people. Someone's pulling off her mask, and it's the Rorschach homage. My face, give me back my face.
Perfect.
All right, so creative, gotcha. All right, so John Diaz. So we'll do yours next since you're
Marcus posted squirrels. That's the best.
What?
Marcus is posting squirrels.
All right, John Diaz wants a Peter Parker and Miles Morales.
Oh, that's actually a cool idea.
Spike
I don't think that works out well for Michael Myers, but that's a cool idea.
What?
Triple B said, "Can you do X-23 versus Michael Myers?" That seems like a very short encounter.
Right.
What do you mean? Like for who, John? Who wins that battle? Because for me, I'm thinking Michael takes her out, but that's just me.
No. I
Michael
love horror characters, but horror characters versus comic book characters, no. We had this
Michael
conversation in
Myers
the
is a
Twitter
super
circle one day.
Michael Myers is a super character, man. This dude has died, come back. He's had his head chopped
Who
off.
are you
He came back.
talking to where you would say such a thing? You're talking to Robbie.
We
horror
had this
fan.
conversation one day about on my Twitter circle, the larger one, about all these different characters, and people were talking about a Jedi versus like the Green Lantern. And I'm like, look, I love all of these things, and they all have their place. But when it comes to power level, actual like game point power level, comic book characters are always at the top of the food chain. When people are talking about, oh, well, what about a Lovecraftian monster versus Dr. Manhattan? It's Dr. Manhattan. He just uncreates whatever reality is in front of him. It's not even close. Literally, he does this thing, and then he's standing on Mars.
I just want to
Robbie?
respond to Marcus. He says X-23 has plot armor and a healing factor too. And I just want to say that Michael Myers, depending on the timeline we're using, has the Cult of Thorn behind him. And who knows?
That's true. That's good.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yes.
Now, obviously, if it was
character
Michael-
to beat up your fictional characters,
If
basically.
it was
where we're at.
Michael from the new movie, X-23 would totally win because that guy got punked out by just some random kid. So anyway, we're not going to talk about that one.
It was
Halloween
like
Ends.
Tommy.
Halloween Ends is not good, by the way.
He got beat up by one of the Breakfast Club. That's not okay. He's Michael Myers, man. Show him some respect. Like the kid from the Breakfast Club is old and chubby now, and he was like swinging a Louisville Slugger, and I'm like, wait a minute,
Killing me. You guys are killing me.
Peacock, take that off the air. I don't want to see that.
Oh my God. All right. So next up, we've got Ultimate Comics, Iron Man #1, signed in gold by Nathan Edmondson. It's just a retail of $89.99. And we have the one available, 2 of only 5 signed, and we have it for $50.
Man, that's cool. Man, this cover is cool because you never know exactly how big. Like Iron Man is one of those things when people draw him, like sometimes the armor, like they don't draw him bulky enough or large enough. Tony Stark is a guy in a metal suit. You know what I mean? So he should be drawn larger, and a lot of artists think either the editors don't want that, or they choose not to do it, or whatever.
Right.
I love this cover because it shows you. Look how thick the head protection is.
Right. Agreed. So we
Yeah,
have
and in the Ultimate books, they went even further with that, right? Where they made it so like they had to lower them into the suit, like it was way more like grounded and modern feeling. It wasn't just like putting on liquid skin.
He was the pilot. It was almost like Iron Man 2020, like the Gigantor thing, where he had a launch gantry. You know what I mean? And like they had to kind of wheel the suit back, and Stark went in. He had to hook himself up. I thought that was a much cooler. I think I've talked about this before. 2000, 2004, 5, everything they did for the Ultimates, I loved. Pretty much all those versions of the characters I loved. I particularly like the Tony Stark thing, where he's piloting the suit. He's not. I mean, he's Iron Man, but he's the Iron Man pilot. And I guess they were trying to sort of rub a little bit of that, the Japanese robot culture.
right.
Yeah, the mecha stuff, right? The mech fights and mech suits, and definitely couldn't have fit the Ultimate Iron Man armor in a briefcase by any means.
Oh yeah, that could sit. That armor is. At one point, one of the versions of that. There's one of the Ultimate Catastrophes or whatever. There's like space armor that he's not quite a Transformer, but he's huge.
But wait a minute. Time out.
He has like a booster to get him out of the
Jay,
launch pad.
throw the Iron Man back up and then highlight Ed Weird's comment. Are we looking? Huh? For real.
Does that look like Robbie
For
without
real.
glasses?
As soon as I read that, I looked at Robbie and I looked at the picture and I'm like, whoa.
The award. Oh man, look at there it is, man.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my God.
The award-winning
You
Ultimate
see,
Iron Man.
the truth is, I am Iron.
Have you ever seen Robbie and Iron Man at the same place, same time?
I hope not, because you and he just had an argument about my fictional character being able to beat up your fictional character, and that doesn't bode well.
Oh,
Nobody should
whatever, Rex. Like you've never partook in that kind of conversation.
Not since I was like 12.
Sure,
Dude,
sure.
probably last weekend after your 19th beer, you were like, let me tell you about.
No, it was just mumbling and slurred words. That's what that was after my 19th beer.
I tossed my wife out when she said that Batman couldn't beat up Captain America. Get out.
Oh, man. All right. So next up, we got True Believers, Deadpool #1, signed by Fabian Nicieza, co-creator of Deadpool. And we've got a blockbuster price. I did this is probably the cheapest we ever had. Fabian's signature, $19.91. Seriously.
Did you check with Nick before he said that?
No, I didn't.
that seems ridiculously low.
I like to live on the edge, man.
All right. Apparently, it's $19.91 for
dangerous
Fabian's
man.
signature.
So, and I'm timing how long it takes Nick to like run in here like McGarrett from
No, he's
Boom, book him, Dano.
Door flies open. No, he didn't say that. Get
Somebody
out.
lock that real quick. How funny would that be? He
Yikes.
tries to burst open and it's locked.
Everything today, $4.99, and then we hear him banging on the door out there.
Triple B, that a boy.
B.
I actually at my daughter's tournament this weekend. We had to travel, and I actually had.
So you have a cool baseball flask?
Well, no, I had bought because we were staying at the Marriott, right? It was ridiculous how expensive things were. So I went to 7-Eleven where they sell beer in Virginia. You know, love living in that state.
John wants to smoke.
All right, you got it, John.
That's a nice pickup, John. That's crazy. I mean, I'm glad somebody picked it up, but under $20 for a Fabian
How you gonna lose?
Okay.
And it's been a while since I've traveled like that, so ended up drinking with a friend at the bar IPAs from the bar. Man, I ended up leaving all my Coronas in the fridge at the hotel room, and I had to take them home. I actually gave them to my daughter and her roommates. Figured they could use them more than I could, but yeah, it was crazy.
I bet you wish you had them now during the show.
I usually like to want to have them after the show. It's rough dealing with you, John, especially when you don't bring me my brown paper bag.
You still haven't recovered from the last brown paper bag.
It was a little too spicy, but I'm willing to gamble. I'm willing to take my chances. So you got it, John. All right.
I didn't make anything really interesting today. We were just firing up.
Well, you were on the boat too.
We were on a boat. We were just firing up the little grill. It had like the little flat pan attachment. So I just did a bunch of. Everybody calls them something different, but for me, it's a grilled cheese sandwich. I cut the hole out in the middle, and I dropped an egg in the middle.
I felt like grilled cheese.
Everybody kind of calls that no, bird in the bush, whatever.
We call it egg in a basket, is what we call it.
Egg in a basket. Everybody's got a different name for it. They're tasty. It was easy. We didn't have a lot of ingredients on the boat. You know, there was that horrible shrink wrap smell. Anyone that's ever had a boat shrink wrap, that first day, man, it's not great.
All right. And weird, it was a regular breakfast sandwich, so it was not a John Cole special. So it lasted one meal, unfortunately. But John warned me. He said, oh, it's a little spicy and sweet. Okay. It wasn't a little spicy, dude. Okay. It was fire. Okay, it was what I'm telling you. I singed the cat's fur just calling out and speaking to them. It was like that. Okay, so it was still good. Well, half of it was good. By the time I was eating the other half, I had lost all sense of taste. It had been burned out of my mouth. So I recovered my sense of taste approximately 48 hours later, and I remember it was good. Okay, but yeah. So today before the show, I advised John. So we have a frame of reference.
The name of that
too hot. That was too hot. Way too hot. Fire.
The name of that sandwich is "Don't Fear the Reaper." No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
that's not
ghost pepper. No. All right. So next one up, we've got. Let's go Star Wars. Star Wars Rebel Heist #1, Silver Signature Series, signed by Matt Kind. And just retail of $69.99. It is number 9 of only 25 signed. It is a 5-star for a $50 book.
It's a great cover.
Dark Horse did.
That's that I love
Star
that
Wars, Predator, Alien. Not that Marvel is doing a bad job, and this isn't like a bash Marvel thing. Dark Horse just sort of had a niche or a vibe for it. And it's just, it's okay. I mean, Robbie, I don't know if you're reading like the new Alien and Predator stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's fine, perfect. It's just not the same, especially if you go back. Same with the Star Wars stuff. Star Wars stuff is good now. The Darth Vader stuff is very good. But overall, that stuff that they did, Dark Horse did for Star Wars was, that's what they call go back. Let's go back stuff. Go back, reread it. Go back, reread it.
Yeah,
So-
even Marvel's like, printing, like reprinting them in like the Epic collections and the omnibus and stuff. Yeah. People love that. And there's so much there to milk. And that's why a lot of people that are, say, not happy with the direction of the Star Wars movies, it's mind-boggling that they're like, well, there's no source material to go on like Marvel books. And what are you talking about? There's plenty of stuff. Just find the stuff that, like, everybody loves the Thrawn stuff and all the Dark Empire. Like, why just do, like, everybody loves that. Just do that. Just do that.
Every time somebody says I can't find this stuff, my answer is the same. And it sounds like I'm being a jerk, but I'm not. Go to your local retailer. Yeah, you can Google whatever, but if you want actual information, like real, just go to the retailer and say, hey, look, I'm looking for this. I mean, don't do it Wednesday, New Comic Book Day when they open, but, bomb in on a slower day or, maybe a slower time of day.
Right.
And just say, hey, look, man, you got a few minutes to help me out here. I've never heard a retailer anywhere ever say, no, sorry, I can't help you. They'd be like, give me a minute. I'm doing this. I'm on the phone. Let me help you out a little bit later. Even at a store like Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash, which is like 50% comic book store and 50% theme park for comics almost. Even they'll find someone to help you. And they know everybody, I want this, especially, if Ming Chen is there, pictures, whatever. They still find books that, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that.
Right.
Okay, hold on. They find it for you.
All right, so let's do another book. Why not? All right, Jay, give you a heads up, buddy. We're gonna switch to the key 9.2s, my friend. Not sure if they're all in the same grouping or.
Yeah, I got them all in the same folder, so you're good.
Okay, cool. Thanks, bud. All right, so first up, we have Web of Spider-Man #1. Let's see. We have 2 available. They are both, of course, 9.2s, and each one is available for $50 or $55 rather. I'm sorry.
This has always been one of my favorite Spider-Man covers. And
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Charles Vess, right?
Yeah, I was going to say yes.
Yeah, it's such a striking cover. Like, I would love like a big, nice poster of this framed up in my house. And I know a lot of people, like, I know when Todd came on, he was like, we got to get him out of this black costume. I want to draw the classic. And I love the classic costume, but the black costume from the 80s, that's like that's just so clean. I think the only Spider-Man costume better than that is Miles, right? I love this costume.
Miles Morales, it sounds terrible, but as the years go by, the classic Spider-Man costume drops lower and lower for me.
Right.
This is still by far my favorite Spider-Man look ever. Not that far behind is
Awesome,
the Miles
Triple B.
Morales look. The classic Spider-Man look keeps going, keeps dropping a little bit because they keep coming up with these, weird, cool little variants and stuff like that.
Right.
This one to me still, it pushed, to me, this costume pushes Spider-Man in a different direction. Red and blue, classic 4-color sort of, most characters wearing red and blue are not creepy. They don't have that sort of vibe. I think when you put Spider-Man in all black like this, I think you can sort of push him a little bit more into like a, night type setting or whatever.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do artistically with it too, right? With the use of like negative and positive space or whatever. I always think about that John Byrne cover with where he's like swinging across the city, and it's all like just you see the city lights and the eyes and the spider, and you see the shape and outline. And there's so many things where he would like be in an alley or crawling up or swinging, and you could just do so many fun little things, and it made him creepy. And when you go back and you read some of that Ditko stuff, Spider-Man was drawn to be very kind of creepy. And this costume really fits that kind of tone. I like it when Spider-Man's got a little bit more of a scary element to it. Because if you saw Spider-Man in real life, that would be freaky. right? Like
Well, someone's walking on walls. That's generally, with the exception of Spider-Man, that's generally resolved for like the horror genre now, right? Someone's walking on walls, someone's walking on the ceiling, someone's doing the literal spider walk down the stairs. That's like unnerving and horror stuff.
Right.
Maybe a little bit like of science fiction, not like Spidey from the Electric Company. You know what I mean? There's like a big sort of, I think there's room for, and I don't even necessarily want to say Spider-Man noir because that's something completely different. But I think there's room for Spider-Man story because they don't worry that much about continuity that much anymore. I think there's room for Spider story set in a time frame which is supernatural in nature.
Right.
Maybe we have Morbius in there. Spider-Man is in his black costume. Maybe we have some of the other sort of nighttime characters, Vermin. Some of the less. I think there's sort of, I think there's room for that.
Right.
Even if it's a limited run or something.
All right. So, you know what, John? Can you reach over and hand me that stack?
That right there?
Yeah. The one right in front of you, buddy.
Oh. Thank you.
I just want to look at because.
Well, he's looking through that. Robbie, have you had a chance to see Evil Dead Rise yet?
I have not, man. With the I went up to my buddy Jeremy, who runs our Huntsville Expo, and I'm like, man, why'd you have to pick the date of Evil Dead Rise, man? Why'd you have to do that? I've been busy all week, so I plan on making time to go this upcoming week. I was very lucky. I finally got to watch John Wick 4 last week, so yeah, Evil Dead Rise is the next one to watch, and I'm hearing really good things. And when you sent me that message and I saw it, I got so excited. My homies are liking it, so
I just heard really enjoyed it. I don't know spoilers. I don't know if anyone else is on that. I know I saw some comments, and I hate to say this, but it seems to me whenever 9 people enjoy something, the 10th person has to be contrary. Like I see these weird sites, and they're almost like click hungry, like they've ruined the Evil Dead franchise. No, they haven't. I understand you're looking for engagement, and your engagement is tied to your ad rates and blah, 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 blah. But don't tell people stuff like that. If you don't like this movie, that's totally fine. I've seen that movie 3 times now. I'll probably see it at least a couple more times before it leaves the theater. Literally, somebody said it's not very scary. Today, I saw this movie at 1:30 before I came over here. And I went to the movie, went home, changed because I smelled like the boat, and then came over. 2 rows in front of me were a couple, guy and a girl, sitting there. Something happens. Again, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody. Guy gets up and hurriedly leaves the theater. I didn't know if he got a text. I don't know what the deal was. He was legitimately disturbed by the movie. 20 minutes passes and he doesn't return. Finally, his date, girlfriend, sister, whatever, friend, she gets up and she goes out to find out what's wrong with him. At the end of the movie, which is pretty, they're sitting on a bench. You know how they have like these benches outside? He's sitting on a bench, like apologizing because the movie was too intense for him. It's like a 35-year-old man.
What it was.
Won't be a second date.
I was just going to say, and she's like, she's
saying.
trying to be a good sport. Like, it's okay. This movie was kind of intense.
Yeah.
And I'm in the back
and she's
row.
in the car texting her girlfriend. My God, what a wuss. I'm never going out with this guy again.
My point is, if someone legitimately got up and left the theater and disturbed by it, please don't tell people the movie isn't scary.
Or he's a really big wussy. Just saying.
I'm just going to say I thought that movie was right where it needed to be. They didn't want to do Bruce Campbell. They didn't want to do Army of Darkness. They kind of wanted to take it from that comedy horror to horror setting. Everyone is so used to Bruce Campbell and all the great stuff. And, we do Army of Darkness here at Dynamite. But you go back in time to the original Evil Dead, this was like a shot on a shoestring budget hardcore horror film for its time. That was what it was. I realized it became something else, but they're trying to kind of dial back into that sort of, there's like a whole story. People just remember, oh, there's this, there's that. No. There's a whole thing with the Necronomicon and this and that, blah, blah, blah. I really appreciate what they tried to do. As a horror fan, I appreciate that they tried to sort of, make it less about, and I love Bruce Campbell. Absolutely, I've seen him multiple times at shows and cons. I always wait in line to see him. He signed a bunch of stuff for me. But I'm glad to see them because, and Robbie is much more of a horror, authority than I am. But I always felt that Bruce Campbell takes Army of Darkness and Evil Dead into a less scary direction.
Yeah, I mean, they added the comedy, right, with Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
They started adding in the comedy, the slapstick stuff. And the original is a straight-up horror film. You know, it was a video nasty, you know, officially in the UK. And I am the guy, we always have this conversation. It's been coming up a lot lately because of the new movie. But everybody's got their favorite Evil Dead movie. And everybody likes to argue how everybody else is wrong if they choose something different. Well, Army of Darkness has got that kind of adventure kind of aspect to it. And they all have elements of horror, of course. But for me, it's always been the first Evil Dead because that one is just, it's horror, but it's very creepy. It's very effective. The soundtrack, like the sound design in that alone is like one of the scariest.
Yeah, all right, hold that thought. We'll get back to that as soon as we get back, and we'll do another piece of Ken's original art. All right, so stay with us. We'll be back in a couple minutes.
Did you know that every experience show, including some exclusive content, streams on Twitch? Check it out. Twitch.tv/the_EXP. Or just scan that QR code. What if Hans Gruber from Die Hard had to battle the Joker from Batman the Animated Series in a dance battle? Or who would win in a race between Baby from Baby Driver and Snidely Whiplash? If Austin Powers and Shrek found themselves in a hot dog eating contest, who would emerge victorious? These are the questions we talk about on Nerd Killer Warfare. Debate the most absurd questions you've ever heard in popular culture. Register now by scanning the QR code or visiting bit.ly/EXP casting. You know how when you go to Comic-Con, after Comic-Con, you go to the hotel bar, and there's a whole bunch of people playing music and dancing, and you've got Pikachu and Lara Croft Tomb Raider doing the cha-cha slide just down from Deadpool and Batman and Wonder Woman? That's every Saturday night over on the Experience Twitch channel. Join Taji Beats for the EXP Dance Party, exclusively on Twitch, twitch.tv/the_EXP.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey. And behind every page, there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today. You're watching The Experience Comic Culture and Sales, streaming live daily to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter.
Talked about we are back. I don't know where Rex is.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's all right. That's okay. The show's coming off the rails. No, we very smartly went to the Ken Camp, and we've been on for an hour and look at the book. We've talked about this before. But look at the book. This is an hour of real time. Not even a full hour.
Robbie, you taking notes?
Yeah, I am. That looks amazing. That is awesome.
John wants to know he can get this in color, right? Or colored?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, John.
All right, so John
half of it's
also
already
said
colored, right?
He's gracious enough to say that if it's going to take you too long, he doesn't want to jam up the other 2 requests, and that you could always color it later at home, and then when you're done. But it's up to you.
Did they take it home and color it?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so not a problem. You got it, John. So this way you can at least start the other two.
Yeah, John,
So-
no, you're not being a pain. Nobody's being a pain. Where, the reason Ken comes up here is so there's like 0 degree separation.
Yeah, you got to take lessons from John to be a pain. Seriously.
No, but seriously though, having him here, like we had Mariana here too, is so there's 0 degree separation.
Right,
Somebody could literally say, "Hey, can you do this?" And,
exactly, I agree. So, all right. So next up would be
John, that's a beautiful book, man.
John Diaz's Peter Parker and Miles Morales Spider-Man.
Right.
All right.
Spider-Verse.
All right. So, John, we're gonna have Ken take that home, color it in for you, and as soon as it's done, John will alert us, and it'll be on its way to you, buddy. All right. So next up is for our buddy Creative Keep, and it is the Peter Parker and Miles Morales Spider-Man.
And we were just talking about the bats. Everyone who would try to do bats like that, I literally watched Ken do it, and it was a few seconds. He was literally like, "Oh, I'll put the bat in here," and he added a bat, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Hey, Robbie, you could start working on bats, I'd say.
Okay, I'll start working on the bats. That is awesome, Ken. That's amazing. That's really cool.
That's not even an hour.
And
We can't
Spilio
start
wanted me to
this-
tell y'all to have that sent to my place, by the way, just so you know. Okay.
Oh, you need a blank Avengers? I can send it to you.
I think I got one there.
No problem, bro.
No, it
Off in
looks
the
great.
mail to you tomorrow, my man.
Looks great. And the best part of it, Ken, is it doesn't take too much to color that, right? Black cape, black costume. So yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not if you're Ken Hazer. If you're Rockin Robbie, it might take a little bit.
Mariana over here to color.
All right. Is he still out here, or did he go home?
Dude, he's got a wife and
He's got a wife. He's got stuff.
grandchildren, dude. You think he's hanging out with us two clowns? Come on, dude. Let's be honest.
Oh my god.
All right. So Ken is finishing up the touches on the main part. Going to take it home to color, and then who's up? Creative Keep, yours is next, buddy, and then finally Triple B, the X23 without the mask.
Right? I love those. That's exactly what it reminded me of, where they would have a lot of times like Karloff's The Mummy, and they would do the covers. I can't remember the name of the artist who used to do those covers, but that's an artist I would love to see sort of pushed into the spotlight a little bit, because we've talked about this before, my love for the magazine format. Some of the art on some of the covers, yes, a lot of those covers were photo covers, but some of the art on some of those covers are just crazy.
All right, so let's hit. Oh, you know what? Let's show another piece of Ken's art.
Oh yeah.
Let's do Darkwing Duck number 5. All right, and this is again the original cover art for Darkwing Duck number 5, and of course by Ken Hazer.
That's just a
Colored one.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. That's already been purchased by
Is that Ron?
by Ron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was gonna say that's Ron.
I don't know what happened there.
Don't
Why
be showing
it's on
Ron's property, man.
there. You relax, bro. All right, so that has already been sold. Sorry, guys. So that Gargoyles number 6. Here we go. Original cover art by Ken Hazer. Oh, that is nice.
Yeah, that'll work.
There you go.
Yeah, that'll work.
Awesome. Oh, we got the image up.
There you go.
Yeah, cool. That's right. I forgot I sent it to you, Jay. Jeez. Man, it's been a Monday all over the place. So, Ken, you don't have to show the art. Jay's got it. I forwarded pictures of it. I just forgot.
I'll just keep it here with me until such time.
That was a fun one. That's one of my favorite covers. The original, the Captain America annual.
I was gonna say that's the Captain America.
Yeah, with Wolverine, right? Where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
slashing, yeah.
Wolverine.
America.
All right, so we have one available for $750. All right, and remember, sale of the original art helps Ken, keep making all that tremendous artwork that he makes. All right, keeps the lights on, I'm sure.
Keeps
Pays the
lights on,
mortgage,
sure.
little things like
It's
that.
like a shed in the woods drawing.
I mean, Ken's good, but he can't do it in the dark. Okay, so come on, buy some original art, help him out.
I'm really curious, Ken. So for the background, did you black it all in and then use like white media, or is every black line like a line that you did? And then
Everyone's a black line with a ruler and a pen,
nice.
and then went in with like the whiteout pen to just like do little highlights here and there.
Yeah, Ron's right. This is a hot cover. This is really cool.
Cool. Thank you for
Robbie just made a note on his phone. I need a highlighter and I need a ruler.
He's got to sit there for an hour with the ruler and just make lines.
Hey, do you just want to email Ken with your questions?
I was asking a legitimate technical question just because I was interested in what technique he was using. That's all.
We don't know what's
Who
about.
wants to bet
I'm sorry,
that
I'm interested in
Robbie's
art.
first cover sketch will use this technique?
No, there's gonna be no backgrounds on mine, man.
See, I don't get it, man. Forget the ruler. I just use the spirograph and call it a day. There's no way I'm learning that.
Spirograph.
Look, it's art, everybody.
Everybody an
Look,
artist.
everybody's art, Tom. Put that
John,
down.
you just gave me a great idea for my covers. So yeah, thank you for that.
And he will be calling you later. Now, how do I draw this cover, Ken?
I know, right?
What do I do? All right. So next up, we're going to do some more of the keys on the key 9.2s. Web of Spider-Man number 18. First appearance of Venom.
Oof.
All right. So let's see. Yep. And all right. So we have that a bit available. It is, let me see. Where did I leave it? Okay. So we had 2 available, 9.2s or better, and we have 2 available for $40 each. Damn. Yeah. Good point, Marcus. All right.
It's why Spawn is one of my favorites to draw, because you can just go crazy with that cape and the collars and just just draw.
John, if you're talking about which one? Are you talking about the Gargoyles cover, or are you talking about the book he just did for you? Because the cover he just did for you was legitimately like 45 minutes. It was wild.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So let us know which cover you mean, my friend. All right, so next up we have Web of Spider-Man number 36. First appearance of Tombstone. And we have 1 available for $40. And these are all 9.2s or better.
This is
yes, the Gargoyle cover.
This Gargoyle cover he means.
That was a full day. Probably maybe 10, 12 hours.
Wow.
Pencil legs.
So translation, it would take Robbie about 10 years to do that.
Why are you bagging on Robbie, man?
Oh, man, because I'm having fun with him.
He's a
And
ward
because I sent him those blank covers like weeks ago.
Well, he has to wait. He has to
All right. Well, first of all, it took you like months to send them in the first place. It took you months to send them in the first place. Okay, so I think you can wait just a little bit.
That's true. That's true. You're
This
right.
takes time, Rex. Jay just
You're
said
right.
it.
You're absolutely right. And
Ron, I agree with you. I'm surprised nobody jumped on the Gargoyle 6 cover. That I'm surprised by that.
yeah, me too.
I thought there was going to be one of those deals where like we would have multiple people and you were going to have to go back and see like which millisecond person like got it in first.
Oh, I just guessed.
Showing all these Web of Spider-Man covers, it's got me thinking about the 80s and the comics, and the history and legacy of the stuff. And I just want to know if I could share an image with y'all, if you wouldn't mind. But it's probably, this is like a Mount Rushmore right here. That is Roy Thomas, Tom DeFalco, me, and Ron Friends from this weekend. Did a panel with them. All three amazing, amazing dudes. And look at the 4 award-winning talents there in that photo, right? And look at
I was going to say, what do they all have in common? Awards. Just like we don't have.
Some have a few more than others in this picture, is all I'm saying.
When I first saw this on Facebook, I wanted to post which doesn't belong and why. It's like an SAT question. But I'm like, no, that's not cool.
I just wanted to share that because that was definitely a highlight of my life so far, as being
that is a 3-name drop, Preston. So if you're playing the game,
the 4 award-winning talents, to be clear: Roy Thomas, Ron Friends, Tom DeFalco, and Robbie's hair.
Robbie's hair.
you know it.
You're all jealous of his hair.
but I see why you're wearing a baseball cap. Your hair looked a little messy there over the weekend, brother.
Hey, my next appointment's on the 7th. Okay,
His hair's still in the photo.
Not only that, dude, you have to go back to the 90s to find a photo of me having hair.
Oh my God.
So this took
Marcus,
yeah.
no hats on anyone. All right, so next up we have.
That's not what he told me. He told me he needed to pay extra. That it
3
took
weeks.
3 days.
3 weeks.
All right, so next up we got Gargoyles number 4B, original cover art by our buddy Ken.
Ron is buying
I
stuff
know,
we
Ron.
haven't even shown yet.
I know, crazy. If we want
Ron's
to show the
way
cover,
ahead of the curve.
if we want to show the cover to number one, if Jay can find it. Oh yeah, this is the cover where you get the cover plus all the faces.
Oh,
right?
like the study, the character study. You know how you can.
I don't think it's a character study. I think it was done like a digital overlay.
Yeah, like it was that Spider-Man cover, Spider-Man 100,
Oh,
and then all the.
oh, that's
heads.
So
cool.
that would look great framed like this.
Yeah,
like-
that.
If you frame that like this, or better yet, like no, I guess like this with the comic underneath.
Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, you need the comic.
You know, for the balance.
Yeah, Ron's already bought the Maleficent cover. You know how you come in here and ask us what sold? At this point, I'm going to go into your office and say, "What did Ron buy?"
Lyle wants to know
wild.
if Ken ever goes to Canada. Yeah, but he ain't going to the Arctic, bud. I'm telling you straight
Yeah,
up.
Canada's one thing, man. He's not going to what's the Arctic station in?
I know.
thing?
I heard earlier Lyle said where
That's
he's
a
at.
little
There's
far, man.
but he said where he was at. There's whiteout conditions.
Sounds fun.
The guy literally works in the
Hold up a
Arctic.
blank. Here's my picture of me at Lyle's house. It's just white, like one tiny dot in the background.
That'd be easy.
Yeah, Roy Thomas did look pretty good, Stevie B, and incredibly just sharp. Still very sharp. Had a lot of fun stories. Really, they were all really cool. And Ron Friends may be one of the funniest guys I've ever met in this comic book industry. Like, he is hilarious. He's just funny.
I saw him on a panel years ago, and it's literally like watching stand-up. It's almost that close. Like stand-up breaks out. I think he was talking about maybe a run on Silver Surfer, or I can't remember, but it was just super. It's not like that. A lot of times creators they're happy to talk about stuff, but this was like funny stories.
Jay, what do you mean?
I just heard Nick say something about if Jay can find a cover. It was a Gargoyles cover.
Oh, it's Maleficent.
Oh,
Maleficent.
Maleficent. Okay.
If you still have it somewhere.
Oh, you know what? Ron just started something.
What?
He bought a cover. He bought something we haven't even shown yet.
Yeah.
Let's pre-sell the cover to Evil Army of Darkness.
Oh yeah, we get right on that.
I'm
joking, Lyle. I'm joking.
Have
buddy.
somebody write that. Come on, man.
Somebody get the prank it out.
So, no, Lyle's
The
asking. Now,
camera
Lyle,
goes blank.
I know the Arctic isn't home. So, where was home for you again? I know in Canada, but Canada's a pretty big country, brother. So, I don't know. Ken, do you ever make it to Canada?
No.
Well, never mind, Lyle. He says
This is
no.
the farthest I've been from my house. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, this is far north as I
How
go.
far north as he goes.
And we're considered South Jersey.
Not to me.
Not to yeah, we have a big South Jersey food group, and it covers all of South Jersey. And there are people who laugh when someone will ask for a recommendation for a restaurant in South Jersey, and I'll say Cherry Hill. And people who are living in Salem County are laughing dude, it's an hour away.
Is this
from
the
me.
correct one?
No.
Ooh, I like the cover though.
Yeah,
The cover's awesome. Wow.
Yeah,
Right?
I can claim it.
Maleficent covers are just all across the board amazing. I mean, you got talent like Sue Lee and Jay Lee, Ken Hazer. I mean, that's
There's a lot of there's a lot of
All right. So, is there a 4C?
Yep.
Okay. So, next up, we got Gargoyles number 4C, original cover art by Ken.
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
There it is. All right.
that is the kind of thing you frame. I really like that.
And this is also 750. Interior British Columbia.
Speaking of the Wendigo.
All right. So then finally we got Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids, original art cover by Ken. Also 750, and we have the one available.
Yeah.
And Ken will color it if you request it.
If you want to.
If you want. Some people
Oh,
prefer
you
the black
sent
and
me, I
white, the
love it. I
original,
was
so
like,
it's
no,
really
don't
up
touch
to
that.
you.
I love all your work. I love the black and white, man.
Thanks, man.
But remember, a portion of the proceeds are going to go to Ken and help him keep doing his thing, obviously. So don't forget that. All right, cool.
Boney Johnny? I'm trying to remember the name of the character on the right. Johnny, anything?
All right.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So let me see. Is it time for Rex Cap, you think? Nah, let's do a few more books. All right. So next up, going back to the keys.
You said these are the books that this is like, just to remind people, these are like one and done, right?
Yeah, these are one and done.
Yeah.
I mean, you might see some on Wednesday, but that's really, in my opinion.
Well, I don't want somebody to watch this a week from now and say, "Oh, hey, is that book still here?" You know, we want to let people know.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They're one and done.
But inevitably,
It'll happen.
Yeah.
You're right. It'll happen regardless.
All right, so we've got Transformers #1, 9.2 or better. We have the one available for $200.
What's Bill Clinton doing back there in the background? What's he doing?
I know, right?
Is that Bill?
I
don't know.
The city called Hope. A truck came through. It turned into a robot. All right, sit down.
All right, so we have that one available for $200. Next, we have Thor number 337, 9.2 or higher. It is the first Simonson Thor.
Oof.
First appearance of Beta Ray Bill.
I don't have that cover.
Oh, Lord help me.
All right, John, you got to get up and do the pose that Beta Ray Bill does so that we can mimic it.
Oh, right.
Maybe we don't have that one.
I haven't been that flexible in a while. I don't know about that,
No,
man.
we may not have that one either. All right, you know what? Forget that one. We don't have it.
Maybe
Nope,
it's older.
sorry. Yep, probably.
All right, we'll remove that in post.
All right, so doesn't matter. All right, so let's try Marvel Team Up number 117, 9.2 or better, Wolverine, and this is a newsstand edition. Make sure. Yes, it is. Oh no, wait. Let's see.
That's some crazy perspective on Wolverines, or foreshortening or whatever, right? Like
I was going to say the perspective is crazy.
I think he's like elongating or something is what it's actually.
I just never see boots like that. I know that there are people that love this costume, yellow costume, whatever costume.
Did Rob Liefeld do this one?
No, I mean, I think it's just the style. I like it. I like the style of it. It's just weird. Yeah.
It's just that, like, if you look at the boots, moving that thing in the foreground, I don't know, that boot choice is too funny.
All right, so this is a newsstand version, 9.2 or better, and we have the one available for $30.
Let me see this for a second.
All right, next up we've got
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's Bob Layton and Joe Rubenstein.
Fantastic Four number 212. Oh, we don't have. Wait, why is this 211?
This is first Terax, right?
Yeah,
All
first
right.
Terax, yeah.
It is actually 211, not 212. Yes, you are correct. First Terax. Here you go.
That's 211.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened. All right, so we have that available for. Let me see.
It's burned, but I can't see who did the inks for it.
All right. I'm not sure how that got.
That's before Byrne really got into like.
All right, so that
Fantastic
price
Four
might be
Byrne
wrong
mode.
because we have the wrong issue. We have the one prior to this. 211. JD, did you just correct the two with the one? Because the pricing may be wrong on this one.
Yeah, I just corrected it.
Lyle, you're right. Those were Gene Simmons.
Yeah,
boots.
no, the pricing may be wrong though, buddy.
We are not very good at that.
And this you were mentioning this is before Byrne really got cooking on the title, and yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's like 232s where he takes over as writer and artist, and
And that's when he gives the book that look.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like there's certain times where, and I forget, like Fantastic Four is one of those books that, I guess because it's a sentimental favorite. Marcus, you know what? You're right. That probably is Joe Sinnott doing the inking on that book.
Right.
But I guess because maybe Fantastic Four is like the sentimental favorite. I've heard people say it's the most.
Are you trying to sell
property.
211 or 212?
Well, unfortunately, I had 212, but we
But
pulled
the book is
211 for
211.
whatever reason.
Okay,
That's the image. that we
211
have.
is $86.
All right, that's why I said we.
212 is how much, Amy?
We don't have 212 here,
25.
but we don't have it here. So.
Okay. Well, we
So.
have it, I think.
All right. So it is. We have the one available for 86.
And then Jay was just showing the Maleficent cover that Ron.
You found it? Cool.
Nice.
I love this cover so much.
Nice.
Maleficent is also the best Disney villain. And my top 3 is Maleficent, Scar, and Jafar. So my recommendation for Disney Villains Volume 3 will be Jafar. And then you got my 3. And then we can go to Prince John if you want to after that. So
Prince John is a great villain. A lot of people, he's like one of the underrated villains. Just like Robin Hood is one of the underrated movies. You know, everybody sort of has their big favorites. You never hear anybody jump out with Robin Hood as their favorite.
Right.
I watched that a little while ago, and I got to tell you, that not only does that hold up, that is a great movie.
Robin Hood is great, and Aristocats. A lot of people don't like to give the proper respect to the 70s era, you know, because they were reusing stuff. But like, it's like Jungle Book's the only one people really remember. But Aristocats and one we were just talking about. What were we just talking? Anyway, really good, really good. Robin Hood. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
All right, we've got Hulk number 324, Return of the Gray Hulk, and we have the one available 9.2 or better for $40.
Like the throwback cover there.
For which one, Jay? All right. You got it, my friend. So Gargoyles number 6 is being claimed by Ron, and he would like it colored, my friend.
Ron gave people like a half hour to pick that up.
He did.
That was very kind of Ron. I got to tell you right now, if I was on the other side of this show, I would not be a fraction as kind as Ron and some of these other people are.
All right. So
if I wanted a book, the bidding would be on. That's why I don't go to eBay.
The fantastic.
Stupid amount of money for stuff.
I'm sorry, say again?
The Fantastic Four 211, that was 86.
Correct.
Okay, how much was the Hulk?
The Hulk number 324 is 40.
TJ's right about the Rescuers and Sword in the Stone, but the Rescuers in particular, I love that movie. I even love the Rescuers Down Under that they did. So
yeah, I mean, it's a different time. People like really kind of. I went to that Disney 100 thing a while back at the Franklin Institute. When you get to the 70s pavilion, you kind of forget. You know what I mean? You forget some of that stuff is really, they have it on flat screens playing, whatever. Some of that stuff is really, really good. And it just sort of gets glossed over because we kind of jump from the classic stuff to everyone wants to talk about Beauty and the Beast and Lion King.
Right.
And I understand that stuff is great too, but there's a bunch of stuff in the middle that sort of gets lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, but there was a big resurgence that happened like after Little Mermaid, right? 89, because they did it just all of a sudden they recaptured their magic, right? Because it was Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Pocahontas, Mulan, that's a string of
movies. There's 7, 8, 9 bangers, one after another that comes out. Sort of like it's almost like Disney saying, "We just want to remind you who we are."
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so let me see here. So that takes care of that, and let's see. All right. Oh, you know what? We got to go to our last and final break. We're gonna go. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know that across America there are over 2, maybe even 3 live stream producers who can't even afford Mountain Dew? Take Brian here. Brian has gone 2 weeks without a sip of Red Bull. If it goes on much longer, he may take a shower and get a real job. Situations like this are as tragic as they are preventable. Join the experience on YouTube and gain access to special emojis and members-only streams. For less than a cup of coffee, you can keep socially awkward hermit people working from their parents' basements where they belong. Scan the QR code on the screen to join. You'll be glad you did. Imagine being at a convention and going to an interview panel that's just for you. No bustling crowds, no hours-long lines, just you, the moderator, and your favorite comic book creators. Well, this is pretty much that. Miss Jen sits down every week with 2 comic book creators for a live stream interview about their latest work, and you can ask them whatever you want. It's Talking Shop, Mondays at 5 Eastern on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales. Comic Collectables is here for you every Wednesday with AR Comics for 2 very important reasons. To sell you rare, one-of-a-kind comics that you'll love, and to confuse AR with old man talk. You see, Rex and John are, how should I put this, ancient as the roots of the mountains. So every week, Rex and John fill in AR in yet another area of pop culture that he missed because he's too young, just didn't have the time, or just really doesn't care about. It's a real public service they provide. Come buy some super rare and unique comics, while old men explain long-dead sci-fi shows to a younger man making that confused puppy face. Every Wednesday from 6 to 8 Eastern with Rex, John, and AR Comics. Comic Collectables on The Experience, Comic Culture and Sales.
Go follow The Experience on TikTok at @the_EXP1 or scan the QR code on the screen. Our TikTok is like everywhere else we are, except you only have to deal with us for a minute. Seems like a win-win to me.
All right, and we're back. All right, so anything that Ken can't finish during the show, he's going to take home and finish up there. But I have a question. So John Diaz, I assume it has to be in color to be able to differentiate between Miles Morales and Peter Parker.
No, you just have to figure it out, man.
All right, Triple B, what I need to know, obviously, do you want it in color? I'm going to assume yes. So definitely based on we only got a half hour left, I'm going to say that Ken's going to probably have to do that one at home. Yeah. All right, but Triple B, just confirm with us. But otherwise, there's time because, I'm sure it's not going to be the first thing Ken drives home and, gets into it. Okay, thank you, Triple B.
Yeah, maybe it's
yes. But I was saying that, I'm sure that the first thing Ken does when he rolls home in his car is pop out, let me start coloring. No, I don't think so. Probably going to eat some dinner, maybe drink a beer or two and chill out a little bit. And,
I want to address something TJ said. One of the very first things that I mean, I've asked Nick for like 1 million books, and he's come through with quite a few of them that I asked for. When I saw that Dynamite was going to be doing some Disney stuff, literally the first words that came out of my mouth were the black hole. And the second thing that came out of my mouth was the black cauldron. That's not, the
black hole was not horrible, but it wasn't.
It could have been better, and that's the thing. I'd like
because they spent too much time and money. I remember it was some sort of groundbreaking. I guess it was the first real use of
CGI or whatever.
Something like that.
Really weird.
And it was decent, but it just wasn't they spent too much effort on that, I think.
Those were the first 2 things I asked Nick about, and he just kind of did his usual sigh like that. Thanks. But literally, I thought if Disney was going to sort of explore stuff in the comics medium, all this other stuff has been explored like 1 million times. Right. I would love to see whether Dynamite does it or if Disney decides to have Marvel do it or whatever. As a fan, I would just like to see a more serious take on the black hole, and I'd really like to see an expansion on the universe of the Black Cauldron.
All right.
Another thing I'd like to see, and here's another great idea: Disney villains, Chernabog, right? The big demon dude from the end of Indonesia. That would be awesome. Just saying. Just throwing these ideas out there. If you guys can have them.
Thank you.
Oh, man, imagine the cover you would do for Chernabog.
That would be pretty cool.
Disney. Can we get the publisher in here? We have some. I've got some pre-sold and pre-commissioned work already.
All right, so you know what? Let's get to some other Ken Hazer stuff. Some of his work. So, Badass #1 of 4, signed, and this is a true remark by Ken. All right, it is the homage cover by our buddy Ken, Buzz Hassan, and Blair Smith. Okay, and you can see what I mean by true remark. It is a regular cover that has a line sketch on it, and obviously signed by Ken. All right, it is a best offer book for starting at $19.82. Suggested retail is $99.99.
You see, and Spilio's the one that picked up the New Mutants Deadpool book, right? The
Yes, New Mutants homage. Yeah,
this would be a great piece to go along with it. Just saying.
And that's why Nick wanted to price it at $19.82. Obviously, $19.82. Obviously, the year of the first New Mutants issue. So we have that. Sketch cover next list. Yeah, Marcus, he's gonna have to do that one at home, buddy.
Rex and the Squirrel.
All right, so that is also available, and then we've got something else from Ken. New Avengers #1, signed with Zombie Captain America cover sketch. I love these zombie ones you did. By our buddy Ken Hazer.
Oh, yeah.
Suggested retail of $99.99, and we have the one available for $69.99.
This is a while ago, right?
Yeah, is that 2013?
Yeah, 2013.
I was going to say, this is a while.
Because I know your early
It's been a
stuff.
minute
Because you dated your stuff back
Yeah,
then.
I used to do that.
Yeah, now you don't.
Now I save myself time not putting the date in.
There you go. As quick as you draw, you don't want to become encumbered with those two numerical digits.
Time is money. That's like 8 bats he could put on a book.
Yeah, that's
it
true.
adds up after a while, all those dates.
Marcus, you're gonna have to talk to the artist. I have no control over that.
Man, that's like an alternate universe that's just spun out of control.
All right.
You and the Copper Tone and
This one is fun. All right, as everybody is so excited about Spider-Boy, Edge of Spider-Verse #1, signed with Spider-Boy cover sketch by Ken Hazer. I think we've had this.
Yeah.
If not on my show, we've had it on Nick's show.
Oh man!
Suggested retail of $99.99. We have the one available for $62.19.
I'm just gonna say this. I see you guys keep probably tired of hearing me say this, but sometimes it's just relevant. Get this, because I'll tell you right now, the more popular this character gets, the more expensive this book will be. And you'll be like, "Oh wait, couldn't I have gotten it for $62?" Yes, but you didn't listen to me.
At how popular it worked out.
Yeah, it looks great too. The coloring on this is great. And I just wanted to ask, so did you do the red and then do the webs? Right? That's what you did on this one. Yeah, totally.
Just filled it in red and then white pen over top.
Ken's been a guest a few times here on our show.
Yeah.
And Robbie's on Mondays with Robbie. I remember him asking you such specific questions. You know what I mean?
I think
he asked you, like, what gives you your ideas and where do you get your inspiration? But now it's very specific. So did you draw the background first? And then for a couple of seconds you see Robbie's head go down and he's furiously writing something. I don't know. I'm just
one more question. I want you to send him an invoice for his tuition for the Ken Hazer School of Art.
Well, if you want, it's the top of, like, you get those noodles from the Chinese food place. Top. Put it on there.
Nice.
Tell him, dude.
It's true.
It's true.
It's chocolate. That's how I get that brown look. That's what it is. I use chocolate.
I don't use inks.
I get the email from Robbie. Hey, can you send me a few more blanks?
Have a good night, Kenneth. I think Kenneth is Thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks, Kenneth. Bye, buddy. Be well.
Ramen all over one of the blanks. Can I get another, please?
Yeah, you gotta clean it.
Ramen.
Why are you eating ramen and drawing at the same time, Robbie?
Have you not been paying attention? All right, never mind.
Gotta save time.
Oh my God. All right. One last book, Action Comics #1050. This is a special one. The Jim Lee variant, signed by Joshua Williamson. 8 of 38. So Jim Lee variant cover. I love this cover. And it's just retail $49.99, and we have it for $38 for 1938. First appearance of Superman. All right, so I think it may be time for Rex Cap. What do you guys think?
That's 740 if you're gonna do one, yeah.
I don't want to do it like I did last time.
I was gonna say the last one.
Oh my God! It felt like some sort of game show. Oh. All right, so thank you, Jay. All right, here we go. So first off, as always, Dynamite 10-pack reader set, 10 random Dynamite titles. $3.99 cover price or higher. And we have all 10 books for $5.50 a copy. Can't go wrong. If that's all you buy in the night, we'll send it media mail so you're not spending a whole bunch for shipping. Uncanny X-Men number 12, A versus X, signed in silver by Greg Land. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 2 of only 10. And it's the best offer starting at 30. But at this point, I think 30 will probably take it since we're getting to the end of the show. Then we had Ultimate Comics Iron Man number 1, signed in gold by Nathan Edmondson. Suggested retail of $89.99. It is 2 of only 5 signed. It is one of our 5-star $50 books. Then we did Star Wars Rebel Heist number 1, Silver Signature Series by Matt Kind. Suggested retail of $69.99. It is number 9 of 25 signed. And we have the one available 5-star at $50. Then we did Action Comics number 1050, Jim Lee variant, signed by Joshua Williamson. Suggested retail $49.99. It's 8 of only 38 signed, and we have the one available for $38. Then we did Badass number 1 of 4, signed and remarked by Ken Hazer. It is the rare homage cover by Ken Hazer, Bud Mason, Hassan, and Blair Smith. Obviously, homage to New Mutants. And we have the one available for $19.82. Then we did New Avengers number 1, signed with Zombie Captain America cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $99.99, and we have the one available for $69.99. Then we did Edge of Spider-Verse number 1, signed with Spider-Boy cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $99.99, and we have the one available for $62.19. All right, and then we did Web of Spider-Man number 1, 9.2 or better. We have 2 available at $55 each.
Man, this is a nice chance to get, like, if you have this, to upgrade the condition.
All right, so then we did Web of Spider-Man number 18. And first appearance of Venom, 9.2 or better. And we have the one available, or 2 available, for $40 each. Then we had Web of Spider-Man number 36, 9.2 or better, first appearance of Tombstone, and we have the one available for $40. Then we did Transformers number 1, 9.2 or better, and we have the one available for $200. Then we did Marvel Team Up number 117, 9.2 or better, featuring Wolverine and Spider-Man, new stand edition, and we have the one available for $30. Then we did Fantastic Four number 211, 9.2 or better, first Terrax, and we have one available for $86. Then we did Hulk number 324, 9.2 or better, Return of Gray Hulk, and we have one available for $40. All right, then still left of the Ken Hazer original cover art, we have Darkwing Duck number 4 original cover art by our buddy Ken, and we have one available for $750. All right, number 6 was picked up by Ron. Thank you, Ron. And keep in mind, if requested, Ken has been nice enough to offer to color them for you as well. And, all right, no extra charge. So then we had Gargoyles number 4B, original cover art by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $750. And we have the one available, obviously. Then we had Gargoyles number 4C, original cover art by Ken Hazer. And we also have that available for $750. And then finally we have Mad Balls versus Garbage Pail Kids, original art cover by Ken Hazer. And we have this one available for $750.
John Spilios wants badass.
You got it, John. It is yours, my friend. Let's see. Where is it? Here it is. All right.
Yeah, it's pretty
Good pickup,
wild
buddy.
just sitting here watching Ken do this stuff. I mean, I realize you can't see through me because I take up this much space, but look at look at this.
Yeah, yeah.
You see that? I mean, look what's been done already. That's crazy.
That is nuts.
The details
So
of like the web frame or whatever. That's
Let's take a look at that.
yeah. I mean, that's
Wowzers.
That's great.
and that's 45-ish minutes.
I don't
If
know.
that-
I kind of feel like he started that with
10 minutes ago.
yeah. Well, no, yeah, pretty much. No, I kind of
was
feel
all
like
that
it was 7:30 or something when you started, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. That's why I started saying that, obviously the other one, Triple B's, is probably going to have to, Ken's going to probably
In our
have to do
fourth
it
hour.
all.
Fourth.
What is
Which one is he getting?
What is this?
Is it a
Today Show?
Which one is he getting?
He is getting the
The squirrel in her.
Is that the squirrel one?
he's Cornelius the Squirrel, and no, he was the X-23 without the
Okay.
mask. But I'll send you an email, buddy. So
Sounds
you don't have to guess. All right, so man, it's so any questions anybody wants to ask Ken while he's here?
Yeah, Ken, how do you draw? How do you draw? Like, how,
I know. I was waiting for anyone but Robbie have questions.
Got to use pens, pencils.
He's on his phone.
Wait a minute, Ken.
PNCIL.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rockin Robbie. Your credit card did not clear for your online classes. Do you have another one, perchance?
come on, man. This
That's
is the King Hazer
like
master
the
class.
thrill.
man.
Oh,
We may have to just cut Robbie off. This is kind of unfair. He's cheating.
Yikes!
Right?
First of all, that was just a joke. Obviously, how do you draw? That was a joke. Okay, so
What?
I'm just
We
going.
never tell jokes on this show. What are you doing, man?
I'm just
You're
running
changing
along.
the format of the show, Robbie. Marcus. Those of us in the Northeast, you spelled Staten wrong, please. You gotta fix that,
No,
bro.
maybe you're talking about like Joe Staten Island.
Staton.
What?
I'm trying to help out the viewers, man.
There's some days you say things that don't make any sense to me.
You don't know who Joe Staten is?
I know who Joe Staten
okay.
is. Does he have an island?
I don't know.
It writes just
Maybe.
quick FYI, the
Yes, sir.
Transformer sold.
Oh, awesome.
So
To-
I got a text.
okay.
Very
You want
nice.
to tell us what else you
Somebody
free-sold,
who's watching the show or somebody else?
Somebody who sold the emailer.
Okay, so all right, hold up. All right, so I got to mark it here.
Yeah.
So
I've-
it's off the list. Okay, so
Sir? I've also
Transformer.
got some art sold on books you've yet to publish. Is that going to be a problem? Oh, you guys, I tell you, that smile from Nick is like, that's classic to me. That's worth driving over here in and of itself. I'm supposed to be making his life easier, and that is not making his life easier.
Oh my lord.
Oh, man.
Too funny. So just pull that out of
Jay
here.
wants to know if Ken uses any reference or is it all by memory?
Oh, that's
Oh, that's a good
That
question.
is a good
That's
question,
a really
actually.
valid
It
question.
depends on what it is. If it's something I've drawn like 100 times now, I don't need reference. But if it's something new, definitely. Like I've drawn Spider-Man and Miles a few times. So
yeah, I was just going to say that things you've sort of.
But Spider Boy, you're probably like, who? What? Like the amalgam character?
yeah.
Wait, take the big goggles away. I love the big goggles, but take them away.
All right. So so we did the Rex cap
I see a
and
DC character I would like you to do. The guy never gets any love. Nobody cares. But with your style, the Creeper.
The Creeper, he's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The Creeper's fun, man.
that's a classic.
I mean, I know you probably get like a million Wolverines or whatever, but the Creeper's a character that, because he's got the low bar of expectation, because I don't know of anyone who's ever said that's my favorite superhero, right?
Okay, now I do have to say something though, and this is not to disparage anyone else, okay? But the really funny thing is, Ken really doesn't have you guys have watched it. There is no computer. He does not have his phone out. I'm attesting to that. I swear on a stack of Bibles.
Oh, yeah.
He's not looking this crap up. We just told him, you guys did. Okay, you witnessed it live. We said, oh, yeah, let's do Punisher and Dracula. And he starts sketching it out. Same thing with the two Spideys. All I saw was he had a pencil. He's sketching it out. He's not looking at anything. Okay, and then started filling it in. That to me is probably the most amazing bit. Okay, and it's, again, nothing against artists who need a reference point or something. But to me, it's amazing that you just do this kind of freehand, if you will.
Well,
no
Edward's
rulers.
explaining why he does that.
Because
It's right up there on the screen, man.
Thank you for that scientific explanation of what exactly is happening.
That explains it.
Oh, that's a good cover, though. John Spilios. I think he mentioned that before. We got so much going on at once. Captain Atom versus Silver Surfer.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
He
Most
did
of a lot
mention.
of silver.
I was going to say, especially depending on the version of Captain Atom you use, they're all sort of.
Lots of
I'm
shiny-
writing
That's
that
good
one
for
down as well.
I was going to say,
Hopefully, if that's something you're interested in, it won't take as long as Punisher and Dracula. Captain Atom versus Silver Surfer. That is a good one. You're right. I do remember him saying that before, or somebody did. I think it was John. But all right.
Yeah.
So there we go. I've written it down, which never guarantees anything.
I think it's going to happen.
Well, I wrote down Punisher and Dracula too. It happened, but took a little bit for it to happen. That's on me.
Hopefully it's worth the wait.
That is on me. Yeah, hopefully it was worth the wait. I certainly thought so. But all right. So what other covers you working on, man?
Me?
Coming up for us, yeah.
I got some more gargoyles, hopefully. Some more Darkwing Duck. And other than that, I'm not too sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I would don't tell Nick, but in the future you can email those pics to me.
Right to you.
Go on our Monday, Wednesday shows.
All
Right?
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying. But
Consider it done.
yeah, here we go. All right. So this
we
take
could have
on.
pre-sold Evil Army Army Darkness.
Yeah.
No. Nick, I got that sold.
I'm waiting for that Evil Army Darkness. That's got to happen.
So let's see. Jay is saying, I've said it before, but I'd love to see his take on 78 Superman shield with the rainbow shining through
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Can you show the Punisher Dracula? John's wife, Brittany, just walked in. He wants her to see it.
Oh, we can.
And Brittany, it's going to be colored. But that's good. So Ken's going to take it home and color it out for him. 45 minutes, I'd say, maybe 40 minutes from beginning to end. It's amazing to me. It's amazing. And Brittany, if you want to see the man work, you can probably go back to the recorded portion of the video and watch it. It's just amazing because we've kept the Ken Cam working. Yeah,
crazy. It was just constantly.
No reference point. He's not looking at a picture. He's not on the computer or his phone. He's just freehand sketching it, and then he begins to fill in with a Sharpie, and it's just. You turn around, you start talking about nonsense, which is pretty much the bulk of John and me's show, our show together, and you turn around again, and it's like almost half done.
We've done that with
Somebody's got to do the work.
TJ James. I like
we
that.
probably talk too much and do not make efficient use of time.
No.
Who said
By the
that?
guy who's retired.
Time's a construct.
Time's a construct.
I like TJ James' idea. That's really cool. Everybody's seen the Spider-Man meme where it's the multiple Spider-Man pointing at each other. DC's Captain Atom, Charlton's Captain Atom, and Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah. That actually is a pretty good idea.
That's a cool idea, TJ James. That's a very cool idea.
Hashtag Ken Hazer, you the man.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You're not kidding. You're not kidding. It's amazing. The first time Ken was here, we were able to watch him work because we've seen his artwork come through.
Yeah.
We're like, wow, this is great. Wow, it's great. And it is. But when you see
Yeah.
How quickly he can
It
get
just
it
it
done.
goes from being a blank cover.
And it's
to,
just he sees a picture in his head, and it seems like he's just transferring onto the medium.
Yeah.
It's like going behind in the kitchen, seeing how it's done.
Yeah, I guess. But you know what? With John, I don't really want to see how it's done. I just want to.
I just want the food. I know.
Dude. I don't need to know how it's done. He's trying to explain it to me, and I zone out. Like then I do this, and I do this, and then I make the sauce, and then all I hear is blah 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 blah. Okay, give me the bag.
One of the guys on the boat today was like that. He was just like, so somebody's like, "Oh, do you need this?" He was already like asleep. Like the shrink wrap was off.
Wake me when the food's ready.
He had the little pull down thing, like little pull. He was in, and he was out, and he's just like, "Let me know when it's time to eat." I was like, "God forbid I need your help with anything."
Yeah, I'm that guy that if you open like the people that are wine connoisseurs that oh, do you smell it a little rosy and blah 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 blah? I'm like, no, dude, it smells like wine, bro. Okay?
When I was doing the coffee thing, we would joke around and say people are looking for coffee where they want like Starlight and hamster tears in there. And I'd be like, stop, man. Just stop. Yes, different coffee tastes different, but stop. It's not wine. It's not champagne. Yes, different beans have a little bit of a different flavor. Everybody knows there's like morning roast, evening roast, whatever. But no, stop. I
have a friend who does the whole wine tasting, swishing, and and I love going to his house when we're having dinner. Hey, buddy, you got wine in a box? Yeah. He gets so offended. He gets so offended. Oh, I used to have a buddy. Okay, we go to these places and we go to these breweries. We even went to New Holland. And he goes, "You think they have Amstel Light, bruh? Are you kidding? No. Come on,
wait in the car. Here's a bottle of water. Wait in the car.
I'm not even asking. You're embarrassing all of us."
I was over at Zed's actually, and one of these guys who's like always on tap, 90,000 followers or whatever, he's holding up the beer, and I've had this beer about 100 times. It's like their Irish stout, and he's looking at it, and he's got his phone and the light, he's swirling it around, and he's like, "There's a caramel and a blah blah blah," and of course, meanwhile, I just like drink and put it down, and they refill it, and he's just, and the brewer comes over, and I looked at him, I said, he's having he's like Tic Tacs or butterscotch or something in there. And he's like, no, it's just the caramel. And the brewer looks at him and says, "There's no caramel in here." And it was like the greatest moment ever of like the beer aficionado. Literally the brewer is telling you, "No, man, I didn't put any of that stuff in there."
Oh my God. So Robbie, what you got coming up tonight?
Well, tonight we're doing a franchise review where we're talking about all 6 Rocky films. Not the Creed ones, but the 6 original Rocky films from Rocky to Rocky Balboa. And it's the first time I've watched Rocky Balboa and the first time I've watched Rocky 5 since I was like 9 years old and it first came out. So I have
4 is the one with Dolph Lundgren,
yeah,
right?
4 is the one.
5 is the one with Tommy Gunn, right?
Tommy Morrison, yeah.
Yeah.
5 is the one with Tommy Gunn, yeah.
I like that one. I liked 1 through 5. I never got past 5.
Hey, Rocky Balboa.
I felt like 5 was a logical end. All right, 5 was the logical end of the Rocky saga.
I'll tell you what, though, Rex, you should check out the 6th one because it's actually pretty good. And really? I think it's one of the better ones, actually.
Do you know where it's streaming?
I do not. I have the Blu-ray, so.
Oh, figures. All right, so
support physical media here. So
Ken, hold it up a little bit because we're almost at the end of the show.
Like a half hour's worth of
that. Creative Key. Hopefully you're still with us. Want you to take a quick look. Obviously, Ken's going to take this home and finish it. All right. So if you're still there, this is it. If not, you can catch it on the rewind. All right. So Rob, look at
that's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
So check out Robbie's show. Jay, what is
over
on
at
next?
PCP at 9:00 Eastern. Jay, what do we have next coming up on the experience?
We actually have Henri up next.
All right, cool.
Stepping in for Jen.
Okay.
For Jenna. And then after that, there's a new show called The Devil's Advocates with Kyle and Bronze Age Nerd.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
I knew there was a new show. I didn't know what time it was. Like I saw the
construct.
No, it is a construct, but everybody constructs differently. I saw like the thing for it at the experience. Like I think it was an Instagram or Facebook page.
All right, so lots happening tonight. Tune into PCP, Pop Culture Philosophers at 9 p.m. Eastern for their review of the entire Rocky franchise. Obviously, you got Henri here at 8. And thank you, everyone. As always, thank you, Ken
Thanks,
Hazer.
Robbie, for joining us. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Thanks
for Ken coming out here, bringing his wonderful artwork.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for the tips.
And
Ken, thanks for the
watching
tips.
this on replay. If you're watching this on replay, and you're interested in the original art or anything that we have here, except for maybe the keys,
I would leave.
you can go ahead and fill out submission form and let us know. And if we still have it available, we'll let you know. All right. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Be
Yeah,
safe.
for
We'll
joining us.
see you Wednesday with our buddy
New
Alex.
Comic Book Day.
New Comic Book Day.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.